been noticing this trend where people who are signed to YouTube live streaming contracts, the day their contract end, switch right back to Twitch or start multi-streaming? Because I have, and it's got me wondering, is YouTube live streaming a wash? Has it been a failure of an attempt by YouTube to compete against Twitch? And I'm not the only one thinking this. This is also a thought shared by Dan Clancy.
The YouTube and YouTube Live not changing isn't because they move slow. It's because YouTube Live isn't a priority for YouTube.
And that's certainly a fact, all right?
It is a
YouTube
fact.
live
It is a
streaming
fact.
can only grow as long as it doesn't impede on the already incredibly successful YouTube video service. If you grow YouTube live stream and that takes away some percentage of success, right? Like if you basically recommend more YouTube live streams and that keeps people on YouTube.
Crazy pause, by the way. What is going on with him? What the hell?
YouTube for less time because they're watching less videos because they don't enjoy the live streams as much as the videos, you have made a failed product, even if it ends up beating Twitch, because YouTube videos make so much money and they are so popular.
That sucks.
He goes on to talk about the streamers themselves and
went
says,
to YouTube, man.
But your friends that went to YouTube are all coming back.
Yes. Yeah.
and you can see someone already adds me in this, but he's not wrong, right? Look, you know, when Myth ended his YouTube contract.
I forgot Myth. Myth is going back to Twitch. I think Tim the Tap Man is going back to Twitch. Who else is going back to Twitch, y'all? There's rumors of Rage coming. Oh, I ain't gonna lie. He had a whole stream talking about it. Should I stay on Kick or go back to Twitch? Rage is thinking about going back to Twitch. Aiden is teased about going back to Twitch. Speed is teased it too. I ain't gonna lie. Who else has talked about it? I feel like I'm missing out on a bunch of names. right now.
I believe he took a break. He stopped streaming on YouTube.
Ludwig.
Lily, the moment her contract ended, switched back over to Twitch. Dr. Lupo, when his contract ended, started multi-streaming. Tim the Tap Man today said he was going to start multi-streaming on Twitch and YouTube. And look, his viewership is better on Twitch after 3 years, I think, on YouTube than it is right now on YouTube. That's crazy. 3 years and nothing fucking changed. He's literally doing better on Twitch. And you might be wondering, okay, why are streamers switching back to Twitch? Well, one might be because they do better. They get more viewers. Two, it's because they also make more money.
I saw someone say sub count, by the way, earlier. I didn't answer it. I apologize. I'm not making up messages here. We are at 6.3.
Crowd, our game's over.
If you have an official number,
I'm joining up.
we're probably closer to 6.5 for fighting us.
And Tim basically says he got 6,500 subs in one single stream. On Twitch and on YouTube, he had 14,000 subs. So he basically got almost half his subscriber count in one day. So he's going to start making more money from Twitch subs than he ever did from YouTube members. And I basically tweeted out this exact point, that it feels like, you know, YouTube live streamers switch back to Twitch.
I think ultimately, chat, is just YouTube, like Ludwig said in the beginning, especially, and I ain't gonna lie, especially after they implemented shorts, YouTube live streaming got put in the back burner and it never became a focus for YouTube again. Yes, they've added these little things, and I do still think YouTube live streaming is good for like new shit. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm talking about news, if I'm talking about sports, if I'm talking about drama, like in a talk show ass setting, in a podcast setting, I still think YouTube is the way to go, even from a live streaming perspective. As opposed to Twitch. However, if you're doing the streams that I'm doing, if you're doing the streams that Ludwig is doing, that Kai's doing, that Rage is doing, where you're hopping on stream on a regular basis, doing a bunch of different things in the stream, it just works better on Twitch. The community is more diehard on Twitch. The community is more receptive to different content changes as opposed to YouTube, because of the fact that there's so many options on the screen that you can click on once you're disinterested. It's honestly like short form live streaming, if that makes sense. And that's just not good. But I also don't blame YouTube. I think YouTube videos as a whole will always be YouTube's core product. The homepage, the title, thumbnail shit, it's going to take a lot for YouTube to get rid of that feature. It's going to take a lot for YouTube to cater their whole business model around live streaming. As opposed to Twitch, where their business model is around live streaming. So when you go on the app, right? Like when you go on Twitch, this is a live streamer's home. You go on here, you see live, everything's live. Everything's live. You know what I'm saying? You go on every single one of these fucking pages, they're going to be a live stream. But when you go on YouTube, I mean, this was a live, that's my own fucking podcast. You see videos. Like, when's the next live stream that's going to pop up on YouTube? When's the next live stream that's going to pop up on YouTube? Probably never. Maybe one, like a random one. Like, no, it's just not going to happen. And then if you want to find new live streams, you either have to wait for like this tab to pop up, and that's not always there. So let's go to live. Like, these are all the guys live, and I don't even know what these motherfuckers are doing. All right, he's doing a Wukong stream. He's playing Madden 25 live. You know what I'm saying? But I don't watch the WWE. This guy is streaming 2K, right? So you're going to have to wait for this tab to pop up, or you have to go to like here on the tab, and then you got to find live over here, explore live. And then when you look here, you're going to see Dateline NBC. You're going to see Lo-Fi Hip Hop Radio. And you're going to see this dude playing fucking, what is it, slots? He does have 25K watching. But the experience is just so ass. The experience is just so fucking ass when it comes to live streaming, bro.
Twitch. And it got everyone asking, am I personally switching back to Twitch? Is that what this is? And the answer is no, not at all. That's not what my tweet was. I was actually just noticing a fact. I personally have a YouTube contract that is not over yet, and I'm happy streaming on YouTube. But I do have a contract that allows me to stream on Twitch. And I enjoy multi-streaming in the only circumstance where I find it good, which is for my events. AKA like for Ludwig Streamer Games. If I just stream that on one platform, it would do a lot worse in terms of viewership than if I streamed it on multiple platforms and also let other people stream it. I mean, we peaked at 175K and averaged 134,000 viewers. That wouldn't happen if it only was on YouTube or only on Twitch. And for events, I want as many people to see the event as possible. That's all I care about. By the way, I'm a multi-streaming hater. I actually think it is a generally bad thing for creators. At least creators who are trying to be like, you know, the biggest creator in the world. I think it can be pretty good for creators who just want maybe as many eyeballs.
You know what's crazy about YouTube? Because a majority of the viewership does come from like mobile, bro. I swear to God, I'm not gonna lie. This to me, and maybe this is just a dumb answer to all of this. It's the homepage, right? Oh my God, dirty ass fucking screen. Jesus Christ. It's the homepage, right? Keep the homepage the same. All right, keep the homepage the same. Home, shorts, keep the upload button there. Literally just add a live tab right here. Just for live streams, bro. That's all I want. You know what I'm saying? Keep the subscriptions. I don't want subscriptions to go away. And keep the account button, obviously. But I just want a fucking tab where I can look for live streams. That's all I want, YouTube. And I feel like that would fix a lot of problems when it comes to live, but their focus is not even on that shit. They're not, bro, they don't care.
Balls on them as possible if they're trying to spread a message or raise money for charity or doing events. I don't think it makes sense if you want to be the next Kai Cenat. You don't become the next Kai Cenat if you have 50,000 viewers on YouTube and 50,000 viewers on Twitch. You become the next Kai Cenat if you have like, 90,000 on just one platform and you're the biggest person on that platform, because the rich get richer on that platform, right? You'll grow and grow and grow and grow, and your peak viewership will be insane. It'll be a moment a lot of people talk about. It'll all be drawn to you. I think when you fracture your audience, you also fracture your peak growth, which I think is a bad thing. This is my take on it. This could be wrong. By the way, if you're new to streaming, I also don't think it's a bad thing. If you're new to streaming, you should try out both platforms. Don't marry yourself to a platform. You don't know where your audience is going to come from. But I find multi-streamers to also be bad at multi-streaming.
You kind of do. That's my thing. You kind of do. You kind of like, certain communities are like hardwired into certain platforms. You know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of do.
They usually care about one chat more than the other. Anyway, I digress. Multi-streaming hater. I'm not going to start multi-streaming when my contract's done. I don't know what I'm going to do exactly yet. But this,
Come on, bro. We see all this purple. We see all this purple, Ludwig.
this goes back to our initial question. Does this mean YouTube live streaming has been a failure? Is it bad? Is it a flop? Should they quit? Did they fell off? The answer, no. No, vehemently no. If you look at the most watched major streaming platforms by hours watched of live broadcasts, Q2 of this year, YouTube gaps Twitch. It's not close. 3 times bigger, 15 billion hours watched on YouTube versus 5 billion hours watched on Twitch.
But that's kind of cap though. If this number includes like, I don't know, fucking Fox live streaming on YouTube, you know, streaming coverage on Donald Trump's assassination. You know what I'm saying? Like, if those are the streams that we're including in this number, I guess. If the streams we're including is... Nah, because I just seen it, bruh. I just seen it. If the streams we're including is Dateline NBC 24/7, I guess. This right here is literally the Filipino ABC, for long story short. And they're just live streaming. They're just live streaming a show. Like The Daily Show. This is like live streaming Oprah, bruh. Like, these aren't creators for real, bro. These are just extremely large. Like, look at NBC News. 2.3K watching. Bro, this shit don't count. This shit, y'all, this is Mickey. These are Mickey numbers, bruh.
However, that doesn't exactly tell the full story. Because if you look at this, you also have to include, you know, some people like YouTube's biggest live streamer by hours watched, which is not iShowSpeed. It is Lo-Fi Girl.
See?
Lo-Fi Girl is like the biggest streamer in the world on YouTube Live because she streams every fucking day with 15 to 25,000 average viewers. I guess maybe technically she's a VTuber, but it's also weird if you are including, you know, things like Lo-Fi Girl or videos playing on loop or what there's a bunch of on YouTube Live, which is scams. In fact, one of the biggest live streams right now on YouTube is Tesla, except it's not Tesla. It is a scam account with 20,000 subscribers.
Donald Trump has a Twitch. What's your point? When was the last time he streamed on it? When was the last time he streamed on it? Does he regularly use that platform? No. Streams are streams. Stop dick riding. Bro, the conversation is about where content creators should go. That's the conversation we're having right now. Why content creators are leaving YouTube. Why content creators are choosing Twitch over YouTube. I don't give a fuck what NBC's doing. I don't give a fuck what ABC's doing. I don't give a fuck what Fox... I don't give a fuck what all these big-ass companies are doing. We're talking about content creators. We're talking about content creators, bruh.
With 86,000 bots watching to give it some credibility, so people click on it who aren't part of the bot number, and then they scan this code, and then they lose all of their crypto. Do not scan this code. I'm showing this as an example of YouTube's corrupt botting problem, not for you to get scammed. Okay, what if we just track actual YouTube gaming streamers, right? Like actual streamers, actual people who are streaming video games. Well, then the contest becomes a lot more fair. And there's still a lot of huge streamers. I mean, look, Steak right now is live with 41,000 viewers. That is massive. That is a huge stream. He's absolutely killing it, right? I don't have to tell you guys about iShowSpeed. Arguably one of the, if not the biggest streamer in the world. Maybe second to Kai. I don't know.
This?
Top 2 for sure. And if you look at that, well, that's what Stream Hatchet does. It becomes a lot more fair. All right. You can see that Twitch is still the big dog with 5.
Boom. There you go, bruh. Well, this is, I think this is just gaming. Is this just gaming? Hold on.
Billion hours watched. This is still Q2 of 2024. And YouTube is at 2 billion. However, that is still an increase for YouTube over Twitch. They're gaining market share over Twitch. And again, this is just YouTube gaming. This is not any of like the political stuff or the 24/7 channels or the videos that are playing on loop and acting as live streams. This is just gaming streamers, and it is growing fast. All right. This is a bit of trouble. Twitch is on the down in a year where live streaming is back, baby. It peaked in COVID. All right. We had 9.8 billion hours watched Q2 of COVID. This is 2021. It went down, and now we are coming back. In the next couple years, live streaming will likely be bigger than it was during COVID, and YouTube is part of the reason why it is growing, along a bunch of other sites. Not so much Twitch. Twitch is not really growing, which maybe isn't what you think of, because culturally everyone leaves YouTube or all these other sites like Kick to go to Twitch. So where are these viewers coming from?
I think the viewers are coming. The reason why people are going from YouTube to Twitch is because this has been a con and a pro of the platform. If you make it big on Twitch, the platform will reward the fuck out of you. Reward the fuck out of you. If I could gain 1 million followers on Instagram, if I could gain 1 million followers on Twitter, on YouTube, on fucking what's another app? TikTok, or on Twitch, bro, 7 days out of the week, give me 1 million followers on Twitch. Easy. Because once you get people in your stream regularly, the monetization on Twitch clears every other platform out there. It just does. It just does. Right? Because once you get motherfuckers through the door, there's Prime subs. Right? If you have Amazon Prime, you can get a free sub where the content creator makes a split off of that thing that you didn't even have to pay for. Right? If you have Amazon Prime. That's one. 2, subs, gifted subs, all of these different things. Essentially, Twitch is in-app form of donation. A lot of partners have a 50-50 split when you sub. So when you gift a sub or become a sub, I get 50% of that. But a majority of the big partners, they have a 70-30 split. So once you get up there, once you have 2,000, 10,000 motherfuckers in your live stream, and there's a culture of gifting subs on Twitch, bro, that bread stacks up. On top of that, on top of the culture, there's actually an in-app incentive to sub on Twitch. And that is an ad-free experience, right? Because on YouTube, you're going to have to make promises, you know what I'm saying, that you're going to provide, like member content, right? The only thing within the chat that a member really does is the badges. Ultimately, that's it. Badges, maybe emotes, but that can only carry so much, right? But motherfuckers in my chat right now are complaining about having ads on stream. They get us up, that shit is gone. So there's an actual incentive to get a sub. That doesn't exist on Kick. That doesn't exist on YouTube. That doesn't exist on Rumble and any of these other platforms. And then the ads, which I mentioned prior. The money you make on ads on fucking Twitch, it's not much when you're a small streamer. It just isn't, right? Like, I'm gonna keep it a whole stack right now. Right now, even though y'all are seeing a bunch of ads, I'm not making much on ads. You know what I'm saying? Definitely not enough to pay the bills, not none of that. But again, when you have 5,000, 6,000, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, to Kai's level, 50,000 motherfuckers in your stream, and you can just spam them with ads every 20, 30 minutes and do streams like you're just doing a marathon. So when you're sleeping and there's still 30,000 motherfuckers in chat, you're still making money throughout that whole time. That doesn't exist on YouTube to the caliber that it does on Twitch. It just doesn't, bro. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. So, long story short, Twitch is a smaller pond than YouTube. But if you can become big in this fucking pond, You're going to want to stay in that pond.
Not America. So if I were to rephrase the question, is YouTube live streaming a failure? In America, in English-speaking countries, kind of. Yeah, maybe a little bit. They're not doing as well as people thought they would. Across the world, fuck no. They're doing amazing. They are crushing. And you know this is true if you watch VTubers. VTubers crush on YouTube, man. Hololive, they fucking run that shit, bro. They run YouTube live streaming. That is a big section of it. In fact, all of Asia seems to prefer YouTube for a live streaming platform, and it makes sense. All right, one of the countries that did accept Twitch and did become huge in terms of like including Twitch into their culture was South Korea. And then Twitch abandoned South Korea.
Yeah.
So,
they all went to YouTube.
Not a lot of money being put into Asia for Twitch or by Twitch. But YouTube, they crushed there, right? So Vietnam is one of the biggest countries for YouTube live streaming. Indonesia is one of the biggest countries. Japan, of course, with all the VTubers. And now South Korea is becoming incredibly popular because Twitch has abandoned them there. And when you think of the biggest live streamers in the world, if you're so America-centric, you might think it's one of these four, right? Maybe LCS right now, maybe Asmin or XQC. But right now, I think the biggest streamer in terms of average viewers right now is Mixie Gaming, who is a Vietnamese streamer who streams on Nemo TV. He has 130,000 viewers. He has more than the three streamers I just mentioned
What the hell?
combined. So when you leave the American or English-speaking sphere, you understand where YouTube live streaming is thriving. And I know that wasn't a YouTube live streaming example, but I think it shows my point that not everything is actually happening on Twitch. And YouTube live streaming isn't as bad as people make it out to be. All right. I know it is vastly preferred by lurkers. People who never type in chat, which is most people who watch live streams, love YouTube live because the player
That's a fucking fact, bro. That's a fact. And I seen this live, bro. On God. We had, there was a time span chat where we were like multi-streaming on Twitch and YouTube, like on this channel. This is like when I was covering the NBA pretty regularly. Bro. We'd have, let's say 60 motherfuckers on Twitch, 50 motherfuckers on Twitch. On YouTube, because it's YouTube, a lot of my followers on YouTube, all of that. Let's say there was 250 in that bitch, 270. Bro, when I tell you, Twitch chat cleared the fuck out of the YouTube chat in terms of activity, in terms of motherfuckers getting lit, in terms of donations and all of that. Bro, with, what was that, 6 times less the followers? Twitch is different, bro. Twitch is different.
is way better. And because they don't interact with chat, they don't care that the chat experience is worse. They're able to pick up where they left off in the VOD, rewind easily to catch up to a moment, and it works just like YouTube, which everybody watches. Chatters vastly prefer Twitch because the Twitch chatting experience is way better, right? There's a culture there. And because chatting is better, streamers also tend to prefer Twitch. Again, this is just in English-speaking countries. Streamers tend to prefer Twitch because they like when chat is happy because that makes their lives better because all they do is read chat. Another big buff YouTube live streaming has, though, is peak viewership. Big moments, big cultural moments, things that you had to be there for, things that you want to fucking talk about the next day, oftentimes happen on YouTube. All right, because there's an algorithm there. Once you start to gain viewership, it gets recommended to a shit ton of people. And if you look at the channels with the highest peak viewers, it is not eBuy at number 1. It is OnePlus India during the Indian elections last year, peaking at almost 10 million viewers. Kaze TV peaked at 6 million a couple of years ago on YouTube, right? Apple, when they announced a new product.
And that's why, like, let's keep it a buck, streaming on Twitch did hinder our potential to reach new viewerships, right? Because let's hypothetically LeBron gets traded, right? LeBron gets traded, and we're a platform that talks about sports, that talks about current events, that talks about news. Bro, no one is going on Twitch to look up, live streams and content on LeBron getting traded. They're going to YouTube for that shit. So let's say we spark up a stream on YouTube or on Twitch. It's a pretty big thing, so motherfuckers, there will still be probably an increased viewership. So let's say we're averaging 400, right? Let's say we're averaging 400 LeBron gets traded. Numbers may even go up to 700. Cool, fine. That's dandy. YouTube, let's say the average is 800. LeBron gets traded. Bro, I would not be surprised if our peak viewership goes to 1,600, 1,700. Depending on when we truly go live, that shit may even go up to like 2,500. I don't know. It'd be something fucking crazy, bro. It'd be something crazy.
3.6 million. Law and Crime, I think this might have been the Johnny Depp trial with 3.5 million. Sidemen with a charity match, 2.6 million. In fact, most peak viewership all time in live streaming space comes from YouTube, not from Twitch, man. All right? Because Twitch isn't good at getting a huge amount of people to watch one live stream at one moment. They're good at getting people a high average viewership for a long period of time, which honestly isn't a bad thing. It works for most people who do more chill streams. But if you are a streamer who does like big events, 2-hour streams that a lot of hype shit happens, people like I Show Speed who go to a country and you're going to watch because some crazy shit's about to go down, YouTube is a perfect place to be. In fact, just last week, Minato Aqua, who is a VTuber, had an insane amount of viewership. You might think the biggest live streaming of the past week was Kai and Speed doing their Minecraft run. I think they peaked at like 700,000 viewers combined. Aqua with her graduation stream from HoloLive peaked at 735,000.
God damn!
All right, and that happened on YouTube. I do not think that would have happened on Twitch.
Damn!
I do not think she would have had as many viewers peaked
700K?
if that had happened.
What does she do?
This does not mean that YouTube live streaming is better than Twitch by any means, but there are pros for it. Okay, there are pros for it. There are also cons. There are some big cons, actually. One of them being the fact that you cannot stream longer than 12 hours. It is pretty apparent that we are in a marathon meta, all right? People stream for very long periods of time because you build a bunch of viewers in a category. More people end up watching you. You get more peak viewers overall.
This meta right here sucks, bro. Yo, my fucking sleeping schedule, my gamer capacity is not built for this marathon meta, bruh. Oh my God. Why did we make it a meta for motherfuckers to play a game from start to finish? Why did we do that? What the fuck?
And it's something that I've been doing for a long time, but it doesn't work as well on YouTube. And when Kai has started doing it, it fucking crushes. And the Minecraft thing I just started talking about, he peaked at 381,000 viewers, all right? But he was doing it with Speed. Speed peaked at 351,000, which is not too far behind. But you might notice throughout the stream, his marathon stream, there's just severe drop-offs in viewership. And the reason for that is because YouTube does not let you stream longer than 12 hours. So all these VODs are cut off at 11 hours, whatever.
That's crazy.
Basically, after 12 hours, if you continue to stream, the stream is no longer available to watch. You can never watch the VOD back. In fact, you can't even download the VOD back. I learned this firsthand when I tried to stream Elden Ring in one sitting and my local recording failed, and I asked YouTube for the VOD, and they said you can't get it. They eventually got it to me after like a lot of fucking tech behind the scenes in like 720p or something. Thank you to the YouTube tech people for that. But that shit sucks, man. That shit sucks. All right, I streamed 58 hours, and the viewership falls off a cliff. I will.
Y'all see this? Y'all see? Y'all see this? One day, chat. One day.
Never get another viewer, not one more.
Now, mind you, chat, he's literally saying if he did this exact same stream on Twitch, he would have made more money, bruh. He would have made more money, and I ain't gonna lie. With how many subs he would have gotten on Twitch, with how many ads he would have ran on Twitch, bro, he probably would have doubled his money streaming on Twitch. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's how much the difference is. That's how much the difference is. Especially for a lot of these Twitch streamers turned YouTube streamers, and then their numbers didn't even peak on YouTube, so they gotta go back to Twitch. That's another problem that I think YouTube had, bro. Is not a single goddamn person who switched from Twitch to YouTube actually grew. I'm sorry. Maybe your total followers grew, right? Because you kept on making clips. Maybe it's because you kept on making content. That's fine. But if I'm talking, because to me, the growth and how big a streamer is, to me, is correlated with how many concurrent live viewers you got. No one went from averaging let's just say 2,000 on Twitch, went to YouTube and skyrocketed. No one did that. Maybe there were moments, sure, like Ludwig talks about, like those event streams. Okay, big ass event, gonna peak on YouTube. But in terms of like regular viewers watching a regular ass stream where nothing special is happening, bro, no one went and made that switch and grew. So once that contract is up, once the guaranteed money is up, as a content creator, I gotta make a decision. Right? YouTube or Twitch. Now, at this point in time, the bag ain't on YouTube side. So right now, I'm literally just looking at what the platform has to offer and where I can probably make the most money and enjoy my time streaming. And 9 times out of 10, people are going to stream on Twitch. Twitch has a looser TOS. You can stream more on Twitch. The chat is better on Twitch. Monetization clears on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? Like all these different things, bro. And it's because of the fact that YouTube just never paid attention to live streaming as much as they should have.
For that entire live stream that I did. Even though you can upload 24 hours of a fireplace. Why can't I stream 13 hours, but a fireplace can stream for 24? I don't get it.
That's crazy.
You can also have a 100-hour timer video. Why?
That's crazy.
Why can't I stream? Let me stream longer. Maybe just verified creators are allowed to stream up to 50 hours. Something like that. All right? Do you know how big Speed's stream would have been if it didn't have to be broken into 10 parts? The final video would have like fucking 40, 50, 60 million views. That shit would be crazy.
True.
But YouTube doesn't let you do that. And I think YouTube is still technically too far behind Twitch for it to compete with English-speaking audiences. And it is making a lot of streamers in the English-speaking space switch over back to Twitch. And elsewhere in the world, they're crushing because Twitch is not competing in those areas. They're struggling in those areas or just leaving them entirely. But as far as English-speaking world, yes, YouTube live streaming a bit of a flop. What will I do when it's time for my contract to end? Well, stick around in this channel and you'll find out. All right, thank you all for watching. See you later. Goodbye now, everybody. Goodbye. Hopefully that answers the question. All right, see you later. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Subscribe.
I think ultimately something important Ludwig also mentioned in this video, bro, is you go where your community goes at the end of the day, right? Because a lot of these people who, again, made the switch, they had an existing community, not just like in terms of fans, like in terms of like a creator ecosystem that existed on Twitch. And once they went to YouTube, collabing with them was probably just a tad bit harder. You know what I'm saying? You can't go from stream to stream to stream. You got to go to a whole ass different app. Look up Tim the Tap Man. Like it's just a whole different thing. You know what I'm saying? You go where your community goes. That's ultimately what it is. If your community's on fucking YouTube, you go there. But for a lot of the people who YouTube bought out from Twitch, a lot of those people never truly made the switch from YouTube and still had a reason to stay on Twitch because of other creators, right? So for a lot of these content creators, it just makes sense for them to switch back. So, yeah, man. W video from Ludwig.